Hey Shalloners, a few weeks ago we did a video on love lessons we could learn from Riverdale, namely between like the whole Barchi, Veronica, Archie, Betty love triangle. And you guys seem to really like the whole concept of like love lessons we can learn from blank, like some pop culture thing, maybe a show or celebrity. So I got kind of inspired. So today I want to talk about lessons we can learn from the Shawn Mendes, Hailey Baldwin situation. Now I know what you're thinking. I don't want to talk about two rich, attractive people who found love, especially since he found love with someone who isn't me. Girl, I feel you. I know this. The thing is, he didn't find love. So I feel like I'm a little late to the Shailey party, but that's because I only recently kind of found out what's really going on with them. We have some friends in common, and like, if you guys don't know what I do for a living, I'm the deputy editor of Star Magazine, so I'm kind of like the vice editor-in-chief of a weekly gossip magazine. So I know a lot about a lot of things, things that are not at all useful in the real world, but I know them anyway. So I was talking to some people that I know, and I'm like, tell me what the deal is with like Shawn and Hailey, because I like her a lot. She's just a very like real girl. You know, she's not pretentious. She's a big dork, like she was homeschooled, you know, and I know a lot of people who've worked with him, they say he's the same way. So I'm like, okay, maybe this is like a good, quality, healthy Hollywood relationship. What I've been hearing is that he likes her and she likes him, but it's just kind of never gonna get off the ground for a few reasons. Number one is his schedule. He's, I think, finishing his album, and then, you know, you finish an album, you promote it, and then you go tour, and it's just like this whirlwind thing. It's not conducive to like a relationship. And also, what I keep hearing from mutual friends is he likes her, but not like, you know, not like enough to make her his girlfriend. And that stuck with me so much because I hear this from you guys on the other end, from Hailey's position, so much. Which is like, I've been out with this guy, he seems to like me, we get along, but he's just not like taking it to the next level. Why? Why is he okay with seeing me every few weeks or, you know, just talking all the time? This is a fundamental difference, I realize, between guys and girls. Guys can like someone just a little. It feels weird for me to even say that because it is so contrary to how women are. It makes no sense to me. And I feel like I am kind of like a frat guy trapped in a chick's body. Like, I understand boys a lot, which is why I am so good at seducing them. So good. Like, I get them, you know, and I can anticipate what they're gonna do because I feel the way they do all the time. I don't get this part. Girls, when we like someone, we are like all in. It does not matter how busy we are, how stressed we are, where we are in our family. I know people who have met like a boyfriend when they were mourning the death of someone in their family, or when they had just been elected into an office. Like things where you're like, okay, logistically, like this is not the time. Girls leave room in their lives for love. We just do. And when we find someone we like, all of those logistical things go out the window. We are willing to make it work. And even if there isn't a logistical thing, like we don't just like someone a little, like, I'll hang out with them, I guess. It's pretty rare. Usually when we either are obsessed with someone or we're like, no. Because my theory is, at least for girls, if it isn't a hell yes, then it's a hell no. When I find that I'm like whatever-ish around someone, it means the ick is on the way. Like I'm basically grossed out and it's just a matter of time, like a matter of days until the ick arrives. I'm like, don't touch me with those hands. Ugh. But guys aren't like that. They can keep someone at like a 5 out of 10, just kind of right here. And it's so frustrating for girls because we just don't know how to get out of that zone. So Hailey is kind of stuck there. And I really hope she doesn't see this because this actually might be news to her. If it is, girl, I'm so sorry. Just DM me, I will talk you through this. But, so what do you do when you find yourself in a Hailey position where a guy likes you but just not enough? Well, there's a few schools of thought. One thing you can do is just kind of wait around to see if he changes his mind or if he decides he is into a relationship or what I found myself doing when I was younger, it's like, well, of course I have to like keep going over to his house at 2 a.m. because he needs to like get enough data on me to decide that he's in love with me, you know? And I hear that from you guys too. The fallacy here is, once again, if it's not a hell yes, then it's a hell no. And I know that that's not how guys work. I know that they can keep you at a 5, but is that where you want to stay? Is that okay with you? Is that the story you want to tell about your relationship? Whenever I get confused, I try to phrase it like that. I'm like, I go to my cocktail party moment, which I've mentioned in the past. It's like, I'm at a cocktail party, he's with me, and people are like, how did you meet? I'm like, well, he booty called me for like 3 months. And, you know, then one day he was just like, okay, we'll date. No. That's not the story I want to tell. I think I'm worth a better story. So are you. So is Hailey. So to wait around for a guy, I don't think it works. You know that I tell you what works. Even if it's not what society says is cool or what's PC, I will give you the dirt on what works. I will tell you how to manipulate the fuck out of a guy. This simply doesn't work. I've done it. We've all done it. And again, even if he's like, okay, that's not a love story. The whole point of being in a relationship is that you feel like courted. You feel like a princess. If someone's not gonna make you feel like that, if you're gonna feel kind of insecure and sad and lonely, that is called being single. Just be single and keep your self-esteem. The other thing you can do is kind of call a guy on this. And this is sort of how I have begun to operate as I've gotten older and I've simply gotten more tired. I live in New York City. Like I said, I have an incredibly all-consuming, high-powered job. I don't have time for this. I don't have the energy to be someone's third place or whatever. So in the past, I've been like, look, I don't have this like agenda, like I have to get married, I have to have a boyfriend, but I do have to have someone in my life who truly wants to be there and who values the effort that I'm putting in. And I just kind of don't get that from you. You know, I just feel like I'm a little on the back burner and you're just sort of whateverish about this relationship and you've got one foot outside the door. Whatever your reasons are for that are valid and they're your own, but that's not a situation I can be in. I think I deserve more and it's just like not really very fun for me. That gives the guy the opportunity to be like, oh shit, I'm gonna lose her if I don't cowboy up. But again, I go back to this, and in my own life, I go back to this. It's like, if it's not a hell yes, then it's a hell no. I don't know that I should have to have that talk with someone to kind of like prod them into wanting to be in my life. If they don't, they don't. And if they do, they want it like right up front. So what I think Hailey can do, she can wait it out. She can wait out this logistical situation that like maybe once he's done with his album and then maybe also once he's done with his tour, he'll be around. But again, is that really what we want from a relationship? I don't think she does. Do you? No. So overall, the love lesson we can learn here is that guys can like you a little. So we can't really, just because they're hanging out with us and just because they're calling us doesn't mean that they're going to be our boyfriend. And that's what's frustrating. So you have to try to look at this situation like, do I feel like there are two things happening in this relation? Is there a pattern of behavior? And is there an escalation of that pattern? I've talked about this a lot. Is there a pattern of behavior and is there an escalation of that pattern? Because it needs to ramp up. And with Shawn and Hailey, there's no escalation. There might be a pattern. He might text her every other night. He might see her whenever he's in New York, but it doesn't ramp up. And so in that sense, he's never gonna be her boyfriend. I hope I'm wrong because I like them together. I think they're cute. If he's not with me, I guess it's fine that he's with her, whatever. I'll get there eventually. I always